Hello, beautiful being, and welcome to Lights Out with Trini. I'm really excited for this opportunity to sort of get back to basics and just focus on the message that flows from the divine to me, to you. This message is about forgiveness, which is something that I personally have struggled with since forever. When I was 5 years old, my mom gave me a little religious book titled, "Don't Hold On to a Grudge." And she recognized, my mom was very wise, she recognized that even when I was that young, I held on to things, to painful memories. And recently I've been asking Spirit about my resistance to forgiveness. I know that this is my karmic lesson, as it is for many of us, forgiveness and letting go. But the main question I had was, why is there so much resistance towards forgiveness? Why do so many of us find it difficult to be at peace with our past and the traumas and the pain that we've experienced? And what Divine brought through was that it is completely human to hold on to the things, the words, the emotions, the pain, the trauma that have left such an imprint on us. Our brains want to keep us safe. And so, from a very scientific point of view, it makes sense to keep a file of everything that has ever been done to you. You have record of it, you have the memory of it, so that when you face that same type of perpetrator, that same type of pain again, you can go back to your file and know exactly what to do, with the hopes of this time keeping yourself safe, protecting yourself from ever feeling that pain again. This is why I think that our humanity is so beautiful, because it has good intentions. But there's a threshold between our humanity and our spirit nature, our connection with the divine, where we have to release those tendencies that are so normal and so typical of our human nature, and allow ourselves to move freely with the divine and spirit. What I have come to realize personally is that keeping all those files, all those memories of the traumas that I faced and experienced and that hurt me so deeply, that did not help me to predict future pain. It did not help me to avoid any future perpetrators or any future obstacles with similar people from my past who had hurt me. I found that the only thing that can help you to avoid those painful situations is your intuition. And intuition flows freely when we experience joy and peace. So the very painful memories that I was holding on to, trying to keep as a reference for future experiences, was clouding my judgment. It was clouding my intuition, filling me with fear and anger and even hatred. I was stuck in the past, and I was stuck in a place of fear that blocked me from opening up to the joy that Divine had made available to me. In many cases, I was so afraid of being hurt again that I shut out experiences that could have brought so much love and joy. And this happened because I was still holding on to the past. Once we realize that we are ready to let go of those past hurts, we open a door, and it's a door to healing. It's a door to change, which can feel so scary. But when we allow those changes to happen, when we allow ourselves to feel afraid, but to let go anyway, that's when magic happens. And in my personal experience, when I chose to let go of these hurts and pains from the past, and I'm talking about things that had happened to me 20, 30, 35 years ago, I felt an immediate sense of relief. Because finally I gave myself permission to remove that anger, that worry, and that fear from my mind. It no longer was a part of my present. It no longer was something that was worthy of coming along with me on my journey. And that right there made my present journey so much more beautiful, so much more worthwhile. Forgiveness and letting go can take a lot of time to do this completely, but I find it very, very empowering to take one particular painful memory and allow yourself to go back to that moment and to feel the feelings that you had at that time, to allow yourself to really observe that moment as if you were still there, and to remind yourself in that moment that that is your past. You are no longer there in that painful, traumatic space. And to allow yourself to leave those feelings, that sorrow, whatever negative feelings you had, whether it was betrayal or anger or fear, to give yourself permission to leave those things in the past And then to realize that you are in a different place and in a different space. It's a beautiful thing to realize that all that you went through with each of those painful memories has brought you here. That is, after all, the beauty of forgiveness. It's the peace that you feel with your present, knowing that there's nothing holding you back from experiencing pleasure right now, where you are. You indeed are not your past. You are not your pain. And you are not attached in any way to all that brought you down temporarily in that moment. I find it so empowering to reflect on the fact that I am not my past. You, beautiful being, are not the pain of your past. You are the beautiful being that has evolved from every negative and every positive experience that you've ever had. And you have the power and the freedom to experience the peace, the joy, the love, and the abundance that surrounds you right now in this moment. I wish you peace. I wish you joy. And I wish you many blessings.